typically it's been, the first couple of years, people were just using it for productivity and efficiency. And so I likened it to like a kind of a muscle car, like a sports car. But when you look under the hood, you start seeing a lot of the things that it could be used for. So which one of these, either in the chat or if you want to unmute, which one of these things under the hood encourage you the most? Which of these things would you say could really help out in your schools? Is it like making relevant, oh, someone just said it. Like for me, that, Jessica, I'm with you on that one, making lessons more relevant. I was always that student in school who said, why are we learning this? Why do we have to know this? So making it relevant. Another, making relevant. Some people are starting to say that personalized learning never got off the ground because we just didn't have the capability to make it run the way they wanted it to run. But maybe now with AI, differentiation strategies and personalizing it. Like that. Love that, Liz. Thank you for sharing.
Hey, Frank, there was a question in the chat too from Mary Beth.
Are we going to discuss intellectual disabilities and how we could apply this? I think we're not going to get into specific intellectual abilities, but you're going to see some ways that we can create a chatbot that if we loaded in the information, the chatbot we could use it as a resource. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. Thank you, Anne. Is that what you're talking about?
I think she had another one too, where she said, are we going to discuss different platforms? Yeah.
And then
we will talk a little bit about some tools. Yes, we're not going to go into a lot of the different platforms, but we will talk about a few of the tools. Thank you. All right. So that being said, when we have these powerful tools and we have these ethical implications, it really makes us think that we need guidelines. Otherwise, schools are in the wild, wild west. I love how Sun Prairie is giving guidelines for students, guidelines for teachers. Our CISA also has some guidelines on how we're going to use it. And so, yes, Anne, we are going to use Notebook LM in a second. So yes, I love Notebook LM. It's one of the more popular ones out there, especially with high school teachers. So we're going to talk about that as well. But yes, I think it's very important that schools and school districts have these guidelines so teachers know when and how to use it, and they're not afraid of how to use it and where, what they can put in it, what they can use it for. So I think it's really important. Us as a CISA have really tried to focus on the human-centered and the ethics up front. And so this is kind of what's guiding us when we use it. So getting to write it, so that was a nice segue, Anne, into Notebook LM. So when we have the guidelines in place, we can start using these tools, right? And tools like Notebook LM, which is made by Google, right? It is a Google product. It is student data privacy compliant. And so you could use a tool like this to upload your content. So I, basically went to Notebook LM and I took this history channel or the history.com and took the Gettysburg Address, but you could upload an entire social studies slide deck unit. And then when you upload it into Notebook LM, you could have overviews created for your students or a mind map. So if I go to this mind map, I could have, students could click on this and dive deeper into certain areas of the Gettysburg Address, and it can help kind of play it out for them. There's also, let me minimize this. I could also go back to, create a podcast for my students. I could create flashcards. I also like this in terms of if I go to if I go, I think it's this one. No, not that one. It is, where is it? I can create, where is it? Oh my goodness gracious.
While Frank's doing that, I do really like the podcast feature. Kathy and I talk about that quite a bit, how nice that is to provide that auditory learning.
Yeah, so if I play the
Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're
you guys
doing
hear that?
a really focused excavation of just 275 words that, I mean, they completely altered American history.
Abraham Lincoln's Gettysburg Address.
Exactly. And our mission today is pretty clear.
So-
we want to understand really precisely how this 2-minute
I like to think about that UDL strategy of providing multiple means of kind of the representation of the information. So providing it in a different format for students to take in the same content, but in a different format might help them build that background knowledge. It might help scaffold the learning for them. I think this is it actually. So that's not it. Anyway, there is another way to create frequently asked questions or study guides. I'm just not seeing it right now. I had it last night. Anyway, so there's lots you can do with Notebook LM, as well as I wanted to share with you Gemini guided learning. So this is another one I've done my tech tips on in terms of guided learning. This chatbot is programmed so that it will not answer questions. So if I go to my Gemini here, actually here, I can go to, if I go to new chat, if I go to this tool and students select guided learning, then it's not going to answer questions for me. It's going to kind of help me. I actually asked it to help me understand the water cycle. And it's so it kind of broke it down for me. And then I actually asked it to, if I go to new chat and I go to guided learning, and if I say, write an essay about the Gettysburg Address, gotta spell it right. Look what it's going to do. It's going to say, you know, it's going to say, this is let's explore it together, right? Like, how do you begin your essay? So it's not going to do it for me. It's going to kind of walk me through the steps, and it's going to give me some tips here and there about how I would write it. Okay. And so this is a nice way to kind of enhance the kind of the processing of students, and rather than just having it answer their questions for them or put in their homework assignment in there. So this is a really powerful tool right now, the guided learning aspect of it. You're welcome to try those. What's been really popular lately is creating an AI chatbot. So teachers and educators can create their own chatbot or agent. And that's kind of what places like Magic School has rooms, School AI has spaces. So if you look here, School AI has like 200,000 student spaces, right? It could be anything from a math tutor that will only answer math questions. It could be a economics tutor, an English tutor, a health and fitness tutor. It could be a mock trial. It could be a debate going on. So they have these spaces, and the AI is programmed to do one thing. The teacher is in control of how it's going to talk to them, what role it's going to play, what information it's going to pull from. So you could tell it, don't go to the internet. Only use these 5 primary documents. So these AI chatbots are a really great way to set up Socratic discussions or set up career explorations where you are in control of how the student will interact with your chatbot. I've seen some districts now are setting up teacher, student, and parent bots where the bots will answer parent questions based on certain documents in a Google Drive, or the teachers can ask certain questions based on documents from their HR department. So, so mainly because I keep on going back to Google Gemini because it is a Google workspace and it is secure. It's not my favorite, but it's pretty good. You'll see something here called gems. So if I go here to gems, you can create a gem, which is a chatbot, and you can control it. So I created this one for transitioning students. So if I go here and show you behind, like under the hood, so basically I have given it instructions and told it exactly how I want it to interact. Like I'm telling it who it is, what its role is, how it's going to talk to the participant, what its workflow is, what after they respond, how to confirm. I give it some guidelines and guardrails so that it doesn't do anything maybe unethical or how it's going to, talk to people. And I can also tell it the knowledge base. So I can upload the PDFs and the important documents, the transition documents that I wanted to pull from. So I've created a few different chatbots, not a ton, unpacking Wisconsin standards. I actually made one also about how students can take their standards and create their own personalized projects to cover their standards in other content areas. So there's Brisk Boost is another big one down here. So I can click on this Brisk tool. A lot of schools are kind of dabbling in Brisk, and I can boost the student activity. So maybe even from this presentation, I can click on that. And then what it will do is, come on, it's freezing up on me. Let me try this. All right, so these Brisk Boost activities, I can have it do a topic exploration, a lesson reflection, role play. So I can have this Brisk AI will create a role play conversation based on your content, a structured discussion where they can discuss, idea generator, all different types of ways to boost the engagement and a participation of your students with your activity. So that's Brisk. Play Labs is another one that allows people to create chatbots. This is one that Stacy and Kathy helped me build, is an assistive technology integration inquiry bot. Loaded with a lot of the resources we've put together, or they've put together actually, on AT and then the decision-making process for that. So that is one way that, hopefully they're not just using it to talk in a pirate voice or things like that. You could do that. Here's another thing that I wanted to share with all of you and spend the last bit of time and maybe go into another breakout room, is looking at this Padlet. I've been spending hopefully keep on building this, but I spent the summer building this Padlet of exemplar situations where teachers are sharing their stories of how it's being used in different situations, whether it's ELA, social studies, math, science, in the specials, for multilingual students, in CTE, and just overall increasing student engagement, and then even instructional assessment practices. So, so these are really creative, innovative ways teachers are taking the power of AI and taking an activity or a subject or a content that they're trying to teach in class and doing it in a different way. Right. And so one of the social studies teachers was taking Socratic discussions, and students who may not participate in class, whether there's a language barrier or they're insecure about their background knowledge about the topic, or they're just really shy. right? But then they used AI to create a mock Socratic discussion with social justice advocates. And this student all of a sudden is asking questions and sharing her thoughts about this in the virtual AI-driven Socratic discussion. So the hope is that actually the more she becomes comfortable doing it with the virtual Socratic discussion, eventually she'll become more comfortable doing it with live with her peers.